Now that we know that Bafana Bafana is qualified for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which will be hosted by three countries, namely United States of America, Canada, and Mexico. So many of the people that I meet on the streets, including friends, all they are talking about right now is that how much would it cost them for them to go watch a match in the United States of America of Bafana Bafana, since now they qualified for the 2026 World Cup. And I thought of doing a video of just maybe sharing the cost, because I remember yesterday I shared this cost with one of my friends, and he realized that it's not as easy as many people are putting it out there. Or see, America, see, we are going to America, right? It's not as easy like that. And this video, I want to give you the cost breakdowns of exactly how much you would need minimum for you to go watch Bafana Bafana in the United States of America, right? I know that it's going to be playing in Canada, it's going to be playing in Mexico, but the way people are saying, we all want to go to watch Bafana Bafana in the United States of America, want to go and uh, be in the same land as the President Donald Trump, strongest economy in the world. That's where we want to see ourselves. We see Canada, Mexico, siyayibona, but we want to find ourselves watching that game that Bafana Bafana probably in the group stages will be playing in the U.S. Now, of course, before we dig deep, thank you all for watching, for tuning in. And yeah, please don't forget to like, to subscribe. You know, on this channel we are talking everything investing, plus also touching base on all the SA affairs. And I thought this one would be very important for me to bring it to you guys, because look, everywhere I go, everyone is talking about how much will it cost them to go to watch at least one match in the US of Bafana Bafana playing in the FIFA World Cup 2026. So please, man, like, subscribe. Let's get right into the numbers. Now, obviously, before you can start with anything, the first thing that you need to think of when you are talking about you going to watch Bafana Bafana is the visa. You need to get your visa, and visa, unfortunately, it's not cheap. I did some research and I found out that the visa to the United States of America will cost you around $160. I've already converted that for you, which when you bring it to South African rands, you are looking at roughly around 2,800 rand. So before you do anything, getting your visa is important, because without a visa you don't get to go to the United States of America, because they will want to see your visa that you are in the US legally, which you have to get your visa things in order before you do that. So 2,800 is how much you are going to have to pay first to get your visa, right? And then the second thing, of course, after the visa, is that you need to think about your traveling. How much does it cost you? How much will it cost you from OR Tambo, that's if you're in Joburg, to the United States of America? I went and checked the tickets, and now, look, because it will not be playing in one place in America, I think this research, or for the purpose of this video, I chose Miami, right? Miami is one of the places, or it will be one of the places in the US where the FIFA World Cup will be playing. There will be a stadium in Miami that is being used for the World Cup, right? There is also one in New York, one in I think Houston, Texas. There's also the others, right? Me, for the sake of this video, I chose Miami. And going to Miami, a return flight ticket, because you need not only to go there, but you should also be able to come back. You're gonna need somewhere between 15,000 to 17,000. And for the sake of this video, let's get an average of 16,000. So you need a 16,000 to get you a return ticket from South Africa to the United States of America in Miami. That's if Bafana Bafana will be playing their match in Miami, right? So you're gonna need that. And then now the second or the third thing rather that you're gonna need to, of course, get is the tickets. Of course, the primary purpose, remember, you are going to the United States is for you to watch Bafana Bafana playing. And how much are the tickets going to cost per person? Well, I also went and did some research, and I found out that on average, you're gonna be buying tickets. General tickets are going to be bought at roughly around $560, which when you convert it to the South African rand, you are looking at somewhere plus minus 10,000 rands. It's 9,700 and something, which we can just say 10,000 rands, right? For the sake of us getting our math like as accurate as possible. So you're gonna need plus minus 10,000 for you to watch Bafana Bafana game playing in Miami. That's if again their group stage game will be played in Miami. You're gonna need that also. And then now, remember now, you need to get a hotel. Now, with a hotel, the cheapest hotel that you can get in Miami, I think I also checked in Miami, right? Like a low standard hotel or just a normal hotel, nothing fancy, just a standard hotel, you're looking at $160 per night, which again, that is, of course, 2,800 rands per night. And how many nights are you going to be there for? I think for you, it's decent that we estimate that you're gonna be in the US for at least 3 days, right? Because of course you're gonna prepare yourself to watch the game. Already from here to Miami, you are looking at somewhere between 20 to 28 hours. So with that, you're gonna need a day just to travel to the US. Already there will be one day that will be exhausted by you traveling to the US, and there will be another day coming back. So that is why I say let's just make maybe an assumption that you'll be there for a week, because obviously 2 days out of those days are just for travel, and you're gonna need maybe 5 days to easily prepare yourself to go watch Bafana Bafana play. So accommodation, if you multiply that 2,800, which is like a normal, it's not even standard, it's sort of like below standard, right? You're gonna spend like 2,800 per night, which multiplied by 5, you are looking at 14,000 rand, right? Don't worry, don't worry with your calculators. I think I'll give you the total figure once we get to the end of this calculation, but you're gonna need that. The last thing that is very important that you are gonna need is, of course, food. You need to eat. How much do you need to budget for you to have decent meals there while you are watching Bafana Bafana? Because you don't want to watch Bafana Bafana on an empty stomach. Otherwise, how are you going to cheer them? At the end of the day, you need some energy for cheering. Go Bafana Bafana, and that requires you to have the energy. It requires you to have maybe eaten proper breakfast, proper lunch. Now, I did a rough estimate of saying that, let's say per day you are spending like $100 on food, right? That is your breakfast, that is your lunch, and that is your supper. I estimated $100, and with this $100 now, it is just your basic food. Nothing extraordinary. $100, that is like 1,700, 1,800 rands when you convert it to ZAR, and this is how much you will be spending per day as you are in the US, ready to cheer Bafana Bafana. Now multiply that by 5, you are looking at roughly around 9,000. That is food for 5 days when you are that side in the United States. And we are assuming that, of course, the 2 days that you are flying, right, to the US, you are getting, probably you book a flight that gives you maybe supper, food, dinner, breakfast, dinner, lunch in the flight. That is our assumption. But if not, you will still need to factor maybe the food that you will need to eat as you travel, because it's like you're traveling the whole day. From here to Miami, you're traveling the whole day. It takes you the whole day. And my dear friends, you need to factor in that if you don't book a flight that caters, of course, food, you need to also add that. But for the purpose of this video, I didn't include that figure. So 1,800 by 5, you're looking at 9,000. Now, I think entertainment, I wanted to include it, but I was like, maybe not. For the sake of video, let's not include entertainment. Let's exclude it. And now let's just get the total of whatever we have discussed for you to go in the United States of America, in Miami, to go watch Bafana Bafana. You're gonna need these 5 things. First one, let's recap. It's visa, it's $160. Second one, you're gonna need to book your flight. That is 16,000 rand. We added that. And the third one, you're gonna need obviously the actual tickets to watch the game in Miami, which will be roughly around 10,000, right? We have calculated that. The fourth one, you're gonna need a hotel, which I've already calculated that. You're gonna also need, of course, food, which we have added just the 9,000 right now. All these five things are the basic things that you're gonna need, excluding entertainment, excluding, of course, going to maybe to eat at exclusive restaurants or nice places. This excludes all that luxury. This is just a basic trip to Miami to watch Bafana Bafana. This is how much you would spend. Now the total, let's go to the calculator quickly. The total that I got after converting everything, remember we started the flights are around 16,000. Then the tickets for the match is 10,000. Then obviously the visa is 2,800. Then you've got accommodation 2,800 multiplied by 5, and the food per day 1,800 multiplied by 5. You will see that the number that I get for you to go to the US and watch Bafana Bafana, that's if they're playing in Miami, you're gonna need 51,800. That is the total amount of money that you will need for you to go watch Bafana Bafana playing in Miami, right? And that's if you are going alone. If you are married like myself and I'm taking my spouse, it means that you're gonna have to multiply. I'm gonna have to multiply that by 2, which will take my trip to over 102,000 rands. This is how much I will need to budget if I'm going to take my wife and we go to the US next year and watch Bafana Bafana play. Because I'm quite certain that if you are married, there's no way that your wife is going to allow you to go and watch Bafana Bafana by yourself in the US and she's right here in Mzansi. There's no way. So for me, I'm going to have to budget 102,000 rands to go and watch Bafana Bafana playing in Miami. That's if they will be playing there. But like I said, these are just the basic cults, nothing luxury, nothing extraordinary. This is how much you are going to have to pay if you are going to watch the Bafana Bafana game group stage in the US. Like I said, there's Canada, there's Mexico. I did not do those calculations because I know very well everyone I'm meeting on the road, they are talking about going to watch Bafana play in the United States of America, right? So yeah, tell me what you think about this, man. Just thought I quickly give you the updates. When I told some of the friends or some of the people who were talking about the trip to the US to watch Bafana Bafana, when I tell them these figures, some of them were shocked. Some of them were like, we need to start planning now, which is something that is very it will be good. I mean, for all of us to go, or to as many South Africans as possible to go and watch this. But of course, we know that the reality is that we are still in the economy here, Ramaphosa, right? And things are not as simple. I mean, you only got like what, 7 months to budget this trip, and yeah, we never knew that Bafana was gonna make it, because especially after the second last game we watched where they drew with Zimbabwe. But seeing them qualifying now means that we need to bring back our calculators and try to see if we can make it there. Yeah, but anyways, I want to end this video here. I don't want to make it too long. I'll see you on the next one. Like, share, subscribe. That's all from me, and God bless you all.